gentlemen, welcome back to Planet Tyro. You're back here with me and my bloody well British guest, Mampers.
Hello, Governor. It's Paul Mampilli, yeah? Mampers.
That's a good one, mate. You're doing it very well. Putting on the old thick old accent.
yeah, I had to. For you Americans and you foreigners out there, mate.
Yeah, why not? We got to line it up. If you guys noticed, when we do a lot of documentaries, even a lot of stuff on Planet Tyro, we're very, I don't want to say dark and dreary, but I guess we go a lot very serious. And this time for our monthly documentary, we want to kind of line up just a little bit, and we want to actually talk about something that has risen a lot in terms of pop culture, business, on every single aspect. You can see it in the title. We're going to be talking about the Lego documentary. It was actually called the Lego Brickumentary. You see what they did there with the little pun?
Yeah, I can see that, son. I can see that.
And yeah, this was a documentary that came out in 2013. It was actually made around the same time they were making the first Lego movie. And you know what? Before we talk about this documentary, we just have to speak about Lego in general when we stand with Lego. And let me go first, because I want to tell you this, Mampers. Lego, as it stands today, obviously it's on a whole nother level of popularity, of pop culture awareness, what have you. When I grew up, Lego was another toy that I played with. I thought Lego was cool. I was never very good or artistic with it, but it was something I used, and some of my friends played with it. But like most toys for boys, well, maybe I'm speaking for myself, it had its time. I had Lego for a bit, played with it at school, played with it here, and then, kind of went away. And then I saw other people doing better with it, and it just, I've always appreciated Lego as a toy, but for me, it had its time, went away, and that was the end of it. I thought Lego is okay. I never thought it was great. I never hated it. I just saw it as a toy that's part of my personal childhood.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I feel the same. I felt the same as well. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, I had a little like a red box of like bricks, and just playing with it. But once you grow up and you don't play with, you kind of grow out of that thing. But watching this documentary kind of intrigued me. It kind of intrigued me in a way of just like, oh, there's loads of people who want to play with the Legos, and loads of people are more creative than myself want to play with the Legos, and it kind of wanted me to get back and just at least buy some Legos and play with them.
Well, before we get into that, I just want to bring up one more thing.
Yeah.
I want to talk about when Lego started to creep back into like my awareness again. The main thing being the computer games. Like in a couple last 10 years, I started to see Lego video games.
Yeah.
And this was the thing that made me start thinking, how did this franchise or this industry morph from physical to digital so well? Because I noticed a lot of people were loving these games, and it was becoming one of those things where it became a skin where they would attach Lego to any fucking franchise, any movie franchise, any toy franchise. They would use it as a type of branding. And I just thought to myself, I actually looked down on Lego a little bit, because I thought to myself, damn, Lego, how did they just sell themselves out to just put themselves in Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Power Rangers, just all these stuff. You just see Lego, everything. And I just thought to myself, was that what Lego's really about? Like just catering to any kind of industry, any kind of commercial entity? But after watching this documentary, which we'll get into now, I felt a little bit more like, you know what? There is a lot to this from a conceptual level that I didn't really understand. And I think this documentary does a very good job of breaking it down and showing how Lego, again, as a concept, foundationally is extremely versatile, and how the community has elevated it into something, I hate to use the word, and I might not agree with this word, but legendary.
Oh yeah. I mean, you look at it from a base point of view, it is your imagination with bricks. At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's like, here's X amount of bricks, or with I think there's one part of the documentary where there's a professor who's trying to figure out like there's 6 amount of bricks or 7 amount of bricks. How many combinations can you make out of it? And it's within like the billions of combinations you can make out of it. And rightly so, the basis of Lego is your imagination can run wild with just these bricks alone. And this is what the documentary is about as well. It just kind of says, it doesn't just tell you, oh, Lego was made at this time and it was rise to this and this and this. It was just telling you, well, this is what Lego's done before. This is what Lego's been doing now, and these are all the people who kind of brought up with Lego and their world, and how their world is kind of brought in together as well. And it kind of kind of brings everything together in a way, which is a really fun way of looking into Lego.
Like I said, just like you're saying, I never really understood the facets and the industries Lego. Just to name off a few, I guess we'll get more into them. You know, science, health, filmography, steel toys,
architecture. Architecture is one of them as well.
Architecture, wow, architecture, art. My God, we'll get into that as well. But
yeah,
one of the things that I was watching this documentary, and let me start from the beginning. When the documentary starts, it kind of starts with like a basic. You're going to get a history of the Lego company. So okay, let's explain Lego as a toy company. And one of the things they like to point out is Lego, as most toys, have a certain demographic. They started off with this kind of idea, catered to boys. It was founded in Germany. Is that right?
No, it was founded in Denmark.
Denmark. Look at this. Look at my geography. I don't know anything. Founded in Denmark. And I love the way that, from a presentation standpoint, they used Lego animation and a lot of live action B-roll to kind of make it very comedic, very light. It feels like the kind of documentary you can watch with kids and adults as well, because they're making it fun with that whole Lego movie animation, but they bring a lot of the facts of the history. And when they speak about Lego history, up to the point where Lego became a community endeavor, that's where I didn't really know about its transition, because like I said, I only knew it as a toy company. But when they started to speak about in the early 2000s it wasn't doing well, and then one guy was using it for something completely different, like they were like, what's this guy doing with it? And then he turned it into that first kind of building architecture thing that they sold. And then that's when the company was like, you know what, man, this guy's opening the door for Lego. And then another door was when they saw that when the internet came out, they saw what everyone around the world was doing, a lot of hackery kind of things, mix it with technology. And in the documentary, they make a certain point where, and this was actually one of the turning points for the whole documentary. And for me, the respect for the company went up, is when they said, as a company, we saw the community doing things with our Lego product. And we said to ourselves, we can either take this one or two ways. We can either send out cease and desist and all these, you're not doing it, don't do this, don't sell it, don't do this.
Yeah.
Or we can embrace it, flourish it, go to these conventions and kind of enhance what they're doing and take ideas from the community and make Lego and take it to the next phase. And that one aspect, once Lego as a company became more of a community inspired endeavor, to me, that one element elevated the company into the stratosphere for me.
Definitely. I like the aspect of Lego kind of just saying, we have a community who loves us anyway. We want them to be part of our team. And there was a couple of cases where, they went to conventions, they saw the super fans, they saw their work, and went, well, do you want to work for Lego, or do you want to work for us? It was amazing. It was amazing to see that kind of that love of such a product, and people coming up to you going, you love it so much, and we've seen your designs and seen your ideas, we'll take you on. I love that aspect of it. There's other aspects I do love about this movie as well, and actually there's one of them I actually saw in real life.
Okay.
The one I saw in real life was the art of brick. You know, the guy was making loads of artwork out of the bricks.
Yeah.
I actually saw that in London. I actually went out of my way to see it. It's really good. I mean, it's really amazing to see.
He recreated the painting sculptures using Lego bricks.
Yeah, and he's made one where basically he's opening there's a sculpture of the chest being opened and bricks falling out. It looks amazing. When you see it, you're like, my God, that's amazing. That must take a lot to make, but it's amazing to see.
Guys, if you're listening to this recording right now, guys, I'm telling you, like I said, I was never really the biggest fan of Lego. Lego has elevated so well in such a beautiful art form. And there's this one woman, and if you ask me, a woman, and I'm gonna reiterate a woman because the company said this was a demographic targeted towards little boys. There's a woman they show in this documentary who has recreated one of the most
epic
fantasy, like the thing in the Lord of the Rings. I think it's a forest area in the Lord of the Rings. I forgot what it's called, but she recreated it using Lego bricks, and it looks absolutely. There's not even words.
It looks immense. It looks so immense and amazing and beautiful at the same time. She won it like 2 times in a row, 3 times in a row. She won it back to back. But even so, it looked amazing. It just looks amazing. And I like that aspect as well. I like the other aspect I liked about this documentary. There's a documentary about an autistic kid.
Well, they're using Lego in medicine. They're using it as therapy for the autistic, because Lego is a very community. You know, you build something, I build something. So they're using it to treat autism, to treat that kind of dysfunctional separative mind state. And like I said, science, medicine, technology, art. This documentary shows you how many different factors Lego is being used as a human being. Construction. But I know I kind of said this before, and I don't mean to cut you, Mampers, but one of the things, if you want to talk about I said the community was the thing that elevated the whole thing for me.
Yeah.
If you go back to Lego being a toy, one of their most successful projects they have right now, something I think it's gone on for like 10 years. I believe it's called the Kuso project, which is basically, it sounds like just a simple competition, but basically it's like this internet competition. It was starting in Japan, where they vote up some of the most creative, fan-made, amateur Lego projects. They have a competition they round them all up, have a competition at a convention, and the best one actually gets inducted as a product, as a Lego product officially, and the creator gets 1% of all the profits sold.
Yeah, I heard about this, and that brings up to that guy who's kind of a bit socially awkward. The guy with the glasses, and he looked a bit socially awkward, but his love and his passion for the design, you see him winning it, and he looked so happy. He looked really happy, and I felt happy for him because it felt like it was his passion. And the best thing about
but the toy was cool. The toy was cool. The 8-bit was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like a space design. It was a space design, wasn't it?
It was like a space buggy thing.
It was. I think it was the Mars. It was a Mars buggy thing. That's what it was. But the best thing about it is when you see the community in itself and you see the designers going for the competition. It wasn't like, really competitive. It wasn't like cutthroat. It was more like, hey man, you're doing really well. I'll help you out. Or I like your design. My design. It was really friendly. It's people being friendly with each other, and that's how I felt like with the community amongst Lego people. It's just like they understood each other. There wasn't any some people wanted to win it, but at the same time it was like, I don't win. It's not a big deal. It's just I still love Lego at the end.
Because they're all inspiring each other. It's all creative, and if you talk about nerd culture, comic books, video games, there's something about it that alienates a lot of people. But watching this documentary, this was a section of nerd culture that I was like, you know what? This is so, inspirative, if that's the word. It's so, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Let's say inspiring, because to me it's inspiring as well. Because as I said before, I literally just kind of went into the nearest toy store and wanted to know, like, okay, let me get some Legos. Not realizing Legos is expensive though, so I'm like, I might not get anything right now, but.
Well, let me speak a little bit, because we've praised actually the content. Let me speak a little bit about the directing. Now, as we said before, they make it entertaining by mixing like the Lego animation, the ones you see in the Lego. Actually, that was another thing they spoke about. There's obviously they're using Lego in cinema. People making Lego movies, another faction which is blowing up as well, which is awesome. They were making the Lego movie while I was making this one. They're even making Lego Batman, another fucking Batman franchise. Batman, but
this probably be the best Batman out of the lot. But...
You're damn right. It will be the best Batman. But one thing I will say is, whenever I'm watching a documentary, I question the documentarians, because I'm thinking, okay, was this done by the Lego company just to promote? No. Again, this is more about the community of Lego, and they did one thing in this documentary that showed me they were trying to be as unbiased as they can. Now, most of the things we promoted, their community and they're part of the outsourced that are not related to Lego, but there's one particular, actually I meant that the other way. They focus on a lot of things that Lego create and the community create, but there's a section of Lego that they focused on that even I was like, okay, now Legos are toys, Legos are for boys mostly, but they show there's some other guys using Legos for stuff that the Lego company don't approve of, and they still, I'm talking about, there's a guy that actually makes weapons.
Oh
Lego.
yeah.
He makes miniature weapons, and the Lego, they're like, look, we don't endorse this because they're weapons, all that. But the guy made a business outside of Lego completely for Lego toys that is based on weaponry. And even he was like, Lego kind of, they don't want to support this because obviously it's not their market, but there is a market for it because he was just showing you, look, Lego's so big, you can make industries outside of Lego that are related to it that, enhance the fan base or just give people what they want. And as the people writing this documentary, I thought it was good for them to show people doing other stuff. I don't know if they're doing Lego porn or whatever. I know they're not going to go that far, but
my mind was thinking about that. I'm thinking, how am I going to like say something about it? And I thought I'll leave you to it.
No, I'm not going to lie. There is Lego porn out there because that's internet rule 43 or whatever. It's going to happen.
I just thinking like, is there? And then thought, yeah, of course there is.
There is. I mean, Lego is such a big franchise. They're going to make everything out of it, comics, food, or what have you. So, but anyway, to summarize, look. If you do not give a shit about Lego, you should still watch the documentary, because Lego, for me, has become such a social event.
Ubiquitous. That's the word I would say. It's just
That's
so ubiquitous.
That's the word. It's on every single type of medium or entertainment factor.
You can go to the furthest, like you can go into the deepest of jungles, or to like the Amazon tribes. They'll still know about Lego. It's like Coca-Cola. That's what it is. It's pretty much everywhere. You know it.
But to be fair, and I'm gonna criticize something I said in the beginning, the documentary explains the reason why Lego is blowing up so well. It's because the concept of Lego is so versatile. It's building stuff out of bricks, and they got to a point where they understood they could use that concept for anything: art, medicine, film, all these things, and there's no limit to it. And that's what makes Lego so cool. Not because it's for toys, not because it's for nerds, but because there's a versatility in this concept that can be applied. And this documentary shows you that no matter who you are, Lego can help. And I didn't even mention this. They even use Lego for some social commentary. Like, there was these people using Lego to fix bricks, to fix broken buildings in France or whatever. I'm like, that's a social message.
Yeah, no, the other thing I was going to mention as well, like, obviously not related to Lego, but still very similar, is the complete and utter kind of, the rise of Minecraft, which is very, very similar to Lego.
You're damn right.
I sat there going like, Minecraft, even though I've never played it before in my life, and I don't know if you've played it, but I look at it going, that's pretty much Lego just in a computer. That's it.
To be honest with you, Minecraft, eventually, I think it's a rip-off of Lego. It's just a computerized, and to be honest with you, I know Lego are kicking themselves even though they're making massive amounts of money.
I literally sat there going like, Lego could have made a shitload of money if they made some kind of Minecraft thing, but it doesn't matter. But then I can see that with Minecraft, it's literally just like, we're influenced by you. And I can see why Minecraft is so big and why Lego's so big, because it's just delves with the imagination of kids, or the imagination of kids, and so on and so forth.
It literally is the same thing they're doing in real life, just in the video. That's all Minecraft is.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that Lego never did that first before they actually started, because the Lego video games started sponsoring all these other franchises: Lego Batman, Lego DC, Lego Marvel, but they never made a Lego, to mine. Maybe I'm wrong, guys, let me know in the comments, but I never saw maybe why am I going to build Lego in a virtual game like in real life? I guess maybe they thought it defeats the purpose, and that's why they probably never did it. But guess what? Minecraft did it, so they're making enough money anyway. So
they're not like in the poorhouse. I mean, they're making a shitload of money anyway.
It was a great observation that you made there. That's a great point actually. So honestly, this kind of ticks the box of what a documentary should do. It should kind of inform you, enlighten you, make you interested. And coming into this documentary, my interest for Lego was based on, I wouldn't even call it nostalgia, because I never loved it. I just thought it was a toy. Look, man, I thought they did this documentary well from an entertainment level, for the way it was constructed, informative, and I was blown away by it. I would have to give it a low first class. Yeah,
I would say a low first class as well. As I said, wasn't into Lego at all, like now. Was when I was younger, but I was just a kid. Yeah, I really enjoy this. I really like how Lego is influenced and inspired other people that you see in the documentary as well. And it even made me inspired myself. I sat there going like, well, I would want to buy some Lego, but as I said before, it is expensive. But it's an expensive hobby, but it's a nice hobby. I mean, it's kind of like downtime for people who just wants to play with Lego.
Oh, I should have mentioned this as well. This documentary did make me feel like crap though, because I don't have those skills. I can't make half the stuff these guys are making. So
I know. I just sit there going like, well, I can make a wall out of these bricks. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I can make a little 3-inch, 4-inch wall 4-inch by 4-inch wall. That'll do. I'm happy. That's it. I can't make shit.
Yeah, so saying all that, I actually just made me feel like, well, even if I bought Lego now, I can't build shit.
But then it's kind of like when seeing these guys playing with Lego, it kind of opens up the creative mind, and it's like that's why it's so great for kids.
I would love to take my nephew to Legoland, or I would love to see. This is something I would love to see. This documentary gave me appreciation for what Lego are doing now, which I would love to see some of the more creative stuff. But personally, I know I'm useless, but anyway, that's not the point. I just love the documentary. I thought it was a very good documentary. I didn't love it. I thought it was a very good documentary, and I highly recommend you guys check it out.
Yeah, definitely watch this one. It's a very entertaining documentary. You can watch it with your kids. It's really, really good to watch.
Yeah, that's one of the best things as well. Just that Lego movie, which I thought was okay, not as great as everyone thinks it is. I
haven't seen it yet.
It's
we'll
okay.
See it soon.
It has a good meta element, but that was the biggest twist of it. It had a very good meta element. So, but anyway, guys, if you've seen the Lego documentary or the Lego movie, if you're looking forward to a Lego Batman, which begrudgingly I am as well, because it does look like the best Batman. Even Mampers said that before.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, with all the shit Batmans we've had previously, with Ben Affleck and the fucking that Batman.
A good Batman in a bad movie doesn't help anyway, so...
Yeah, a good Batman in a bad movie doesn't help the Batman brand.
Yeah,
so this could be the bad Batman.
Lego fans, let us know what you think in the comments down below. If you're thinking about it, if you watch it and then want to leave a comment, let us know what you think. It was a bit of a longer discussion, but honestly, this documentary covered a lot, which we didn't even get into, but I think we skimmed most of it anyway.
Yeah, we did.
Alright guys, hit a like on the video if you like what we said. If you like our other videos or want to check out other documentaries, you can check out our playlist because the link's in the description, or you can check out the annotation you can see on the right there. Hit the annotation you see there for books, TV shows, animations, all the other stuff. If you're listening on iTunes, thank you. Leave an iTunes review to get our stats right back up on the iTunes podcast rankings. We'll see you later. And Mampers, if I didn't say it before, thanks for joining me on this one.
No worries. Thank you for inviting me.
See you guys on the next one.
See ya. Peace.